Michigan returns to the ice this weekend, hosting number 11 Ohio State. The Wolverines rank 4th in the country, giving up just 2.5 goals an outing. And one of the reasons why is the play of senior defenseman Griffin Loose. Loose has been a steady presence on the Michigan blue line. With 118 career starts under his sweater, the former U18 national team member found his role and has paired effectively with sophomore Nick Blankenberg.
Just coming in, knowing what I'm going to do every day, working hard every day, and making sure that I'm making the guys around me better. And I think everyone here is making me better at the same time. But I think knowing my role on the team, being a defensive guy, making sure that shutting down the other team's top line and making sure that they don't get any chances. And I think just embracing that role and making the most of it.
It's nice to have him backing me up, and he's been jumping up in the play a lot. I know everyone considers him a defensive defenseman, which I think he is, but he's been adding a lot on the blue line in the O-zone, and he's been backing me up on rushes, breakouts, and everything like that. So I've been really enjoying playing with him.
For Loose, like all seniors, there's the realization that this is it. His Michigan career is winding down.
That's a big thing. You only get 34 chances to put that jersey on this year, at least. And I think you're just making the most of every time you get to put that jersey on, and really cherishing every experience that you have wearing the Michigan jersey. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to I only really have a little bit left here, so making the most every time.
Head coach Mel Pearson joins us now. We just heard from Griffin Loose. Talk about the season he's having and the impact it's had on this team this year.
Well, we expect our seniors to have their best year, their last year here, and by far, Griff is doing that. He's a consummate team player. He knows his role on the team, and he plays that role extremely well. But he's a leader here. He leads by example, not only on the ice, but in the classroom, in the community, off the ice. He's had a tremendous year so far, and he's one of the reasons why we're one of the top defensive teams in the country.
So the team's playing really well, and then you come to a point of the schedule where there's no Big Ten game. What do you do in practice a week like last week to maintain urgency heading into this weekend's game with Ohio State?
Well, a lot of competition. We find the guys when there's competition, they like that. They don't like the drills where there's, maybe just shooting drills where you're just coming in and shooting the goalie. They want some pressure. They want some competition. We try to recreate as many things from the game as we can in practice. And they like that, and they work hard at that. So that was what we concentrated on last week, and the last 2 days we've had tremendous practices this week. So I think that's bled from last week definitely into this week's practices.
It's one of the craziest scheduling oddities I think I've ever seen. This is your first home game in about 7 weeks. Have you ever seen a stretch like this before between home games?
I haven't, and it's just the way it is. But we're dealt with the schedule, and we have to play to that schedule. Fortunately, we had the exhibition game last weekend, so that gave us a little bit of feel of how we need to prepare at home, because it's a lot different when you're at home than you're on the road. Just your preparation, not only the night before the game. You're usually in a hotel. When you're on the road here, you're at your house. There's a lot of different things going on, and then we have to go to class Friday. Where you're on the road, you don't. So there's a different way you need to prepare, and we haven't had that for a long time. So I think last weekend at least we got a little feel for it, but we'll be ready to play. It's nice to be home, to be in front of our fans, to be in front of that band, in front of the children of Yost. A lot of good things. So I know the games are pretty much sold out, the next 5 out of the 6 games. So it's going to be great. This is going to be a great venue. We just have to go out and execute.
We all know what the Michigan State rivalry is like. How does the Ohio State rivalry compare?
Interesting. Let me put it that way. It's become a good rivalry because they've gotten better over the years. We've had some tremendous games with them last year here at Yost. I think, I know out of all our games, those were the most intense near the end of the year. And we had great battles with them down in Columbus this year, 2 one-goal games. I expect the same this weekend.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
A couple promotions set for the weekend. Friday is trading card night for the first 1,000 fans, and Saturday, the Food Gatherers Can Food Drive. For MGO Blue TV, I'm Ed Kingerski.